Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to solve the lab exercise for the file input output. In the last class, we started with the file input output for Java, and we are going to solve the questions based on this. So let's start with the first question. Let me just create a first file. Okay, so I'm going to create it in the folder. I have a folder CS231 programs on desktop, and under that I have week 12 folder and in the lab exercise. Alright, so I'm going to, what's the question? Question says write a Java program that creates a text file named file1.txt, and in the text file write your name and ID. So I will quickly import the files java.io.printliter, import java.io.file output stream, then import java.io.file not found exception. I'll create my class, public class question1, then public static void main string args. Alright, I'll create an object of the print writer pw is equals to null. Now what I will do, I'll create a try block, and in the try block I will initialize that object is equals to new print writer new file output stream, and in the bracket file1.txt. If you want to create the file at some other location, you need to provide the full path. That's it. I am done with the try block. Next is catch block, file not found exception e, and I'll give my own message system.out.println file cannot be located, or you can give e.get message also as you wish, system.exit. So after this, I don't wish to perform any other thing. I want that it should exit out of the system. Now what I want to print? I want to print my name and ID, pw.println my name is, I'll write the data, pw.println my ID is 1234, or whatever you want to write. Then what do we need to do? pw.close, and last line is optional. I want to tell the user that writing is done after I have finished it. So writing in the file done. Alright, let's try to compile it first of all. Next we run it. Let me check. So I have a question1 and this file has been created. Alright, going to next question. Question 2, append your telephone number into the file created in question 1. So for appending, I'm just going to copy it. I just will make just a simple change. Question 2, I will paste it. Question 2, I need the same, and here I will just mention it true. So if the file exists, it will keep the same data and add it. If the file does not exist, it will create the file and write the data. But my file exists, so I created the file.txt, not file1.txt, so it's okay. So I will use the same file. So here I'm not going to use it because it's already mentioned. My telephone is my telephone is 013-313-2000. So appending in the file done. That's it. Let me just compile my program. Alright, let's just compile it. Appending in the file done. Let's just check our file. Alright, so my phone number is already added. Okay, now let's go to question number 3. Question number 3 says that write a Java program that creates a text file, file2, and we should use a loop to write the numbers from 1 to 10 in the text file. So I will just copy this code. I'm not going to write it again. Control A, Control C. Alright, I'll create a new file. Question 3. So I just need to add the numbers. Okay, it should be file2.text. I'm going to click. Even if you use the true word, it will not going to affect anything. So this true actually means if the file does not exist, it will create the file and add the data to the file. But if the file exists, it will append into the file. So we are not appending, we are just creating the file, file2. So what we have the change over here now. So over here, I will write the loop for adding the number. For I is equals to 1, I is less than equal to 10, I plus plus, and here I will write pw.println, and what I am going to print I. That's it. Alright, so after this I will close the stream and edit the numbers to the file. Alright, that's it. I will just use the for loop because my question says file and 1 to 10 in the text file, file2. Alright, let's just run it. Okay, I have to write here int for int I. Okay. Added the numbers. Let's check. File2 has been created. Yes, file2 has been created and all the numbers have been added over here. Alright, going to the next question. Question 4. Write a Java program to read the file. Now we want to read the file which we have created in question 1, and we want to display the contents on the console using the scanner method. So using the scanner method, we will display the contents of the file which we have created in question 1 on the console. Alright, so let's just create a file, another file. Question 4. I will copy the code, but I need over here the scanner and it's reading a file, but many things will be same. Alright, so what are the files that I will need? Because I will need a scanner, and with the scanner I need file input stream. So I need over here util.star or util.scanner, whatever you want to write, and over here I need file input stream because I am reading from the file. So here I will just create a object of the scanner class, scanner sc or input stream, whatever you want to write. Then sc is equals to new scanner, new file, input stream, and I will read the file dot text. And same thing, file not found exception, file cannot be located. Alright, so my change is over here now. I need to change it. Now I need to read from the file 1. I know that in file 1 there are 3 lines of text. So what can I do? I can create the 3 string variables, string A, B and C. And then what I will do, A is equals to sc dot next line method. I will use this method to read it. Then I am going to print it. So A and B and C, whatever the lines I am reading, I am storing it in the variable, and now I am going to print it. System.out.println A and then B, A, B and C. Okay, before system.out.println reading from file. So I am reading from file using scanner. Now what will I do? I will close the input stream, sc dot close. That's it. Let's check it. Okay, so this has been closed. This one. Okay, it's question 4. Alright, so in that file I have my name, my ID and my telephone number. So this was whatever in the file. This was the case when I have just 3 lines in the file. So you can see that I created 3 variables, but actually it's not a better method to read from the file. Rather, what we should do, we can create an array and read the lines into the array. So just imagine I have 10 lines to read it. Am I going to create the 10 variables and read the line into that particular variable? No, it's not a good idea. So what we can do, what I will do, rather, I'll create an array, string ARR of the string type, because I know that in my file I have string type of data, string, and let me just make it 3 or 2. I have 3 lines, right? So yeah, so what I will do, I will make a for loop for I int I is equals to 1, I is equals to 0, I is less than equal to 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. It makes 4 lines, right? So 2, 0, 1, 2, 2, I plus plus. Alright, then what I will do, I will read it into the array. Array I is equals to sc dot next line. Then what I will do, I will print it at the same time. System dot out dot whatever the line I read, I print it on the console, array I. So if you see, that's a better method. So imagine if I have 100 lines to read, that's a better method. I don't have to create 100 or thousands of variables. I just create an array. So this is a better method. Okay, why? Because now files always start from line number 1. That's why they don't have line number 0. So I will have like 1, 2, 3, and I'll create over here 3, because the line number in the file starts from 0, but whereas in array it starts from 0. Okay, array index out of bound exception. Alright, let me just check it. 28, line number 28. Yeah, this is 28. Array I is equals to actually it should not give. Let me just check it. But it will just read 2 lines. Okay, so like whatever is the size of the array, I have to make the loop 1 lesser than this. So here I need to make it like 4, and then I make it 3, because I have 3 lines of text. Because of the extra characters, extra space characters, that's why. So whatever the number of lines you have, you need to make 1 element extra for the array, and your loop will start from 1 to 3, because you have 3 lines of text. So you cannot start your loop from 0, because your file lines of the file, they start from number 1. So that's why. So this is the better way to read from a file using the scanner method, using an array rather than to have a number of variables. Alright, next it says rewrite the question 4 using a loop to check end of file. Again, this one is again not a better way. Rather we should use end of file method. So now we will use that method. Okay, so let's write the question 5 using a while loop, which is much better way. So question 5, I'll copy this code because I will just have little difference. 5, I want to read it. I am reading from the file. So what I can do, I'll create a string variable, string line, and I'll use while loop. While my input stream sc dot, I'll use has next line method, which we discussed in the theory also. So what it should do, it should read the line and store it in the variable line. L is equals to, line is equals to sc dot next line. This is a better way of reading from a file, and then I'll print it on the console, system.out.println line, and then as usual I close the stream. So this one is much better way for reading a file, right, instead of arrays also. But creating the number of variables is not a programmer's way of doing it. So if you see, this is a better way and it gives you the perfect result even if you have hundreds or thousands of lines. Alright, so going ahead, question number 6. Write a Java program to read the numbers written in the text file. In the question 3, we have written the numbers in the question. Okay, we need to read those numbers into an array. Then we need to display the contents of the array on the console, and then we need to rewrite that array into another text file, and the name of the file is arraycont.txt. So we will use the scanner to read it. Okay, so let's do it. I will do it in steps. First of all, I will read the numbers from the file and display the contents on the console. Alright, so let's create another Java file. Question 6. I need a scanner method, so I will copy this code. I'll make changes over here. So let me just remove all this. Okay, so this is question 6 and my file name was file2.txt, right? So what I will do over here, first of all I have to read the numbers from the file. Now I can read it over here also, over here in the try block, because again reading for the file it may have the error, so I can read it over here. Now I need to have a file output stream also, and I need to have the print writer class also. Why? Because I want to write into the file. So I will create over here import java.io.file output stream, and I need import java.io.printWriter. Alright, so let's start with this. So what I will do, I'll write it over here. I can write this while code over here also. That will not be a big deal. Even if I want to write the while block over here, you can write it. It will not be a big deal. You can write it. But the preferable way is we should write after the catch block. Anyways, after doing this program, I can, or let's just try to make it over here. Okay, because I know that my file have numbers, so I can like int array is equals to new int, and the size is 10. I have 10 numbers, but this is not a preferable way actually. Okay, then int I is equals to 0, and what will I do? While sc dot has next int. I am going to use the method next int over here. Sc has next int. What will I do? I will I can increment it at the same time, and I can take it. So array I plus plus, so I can do it at the same time. Input dot next int. Okay, so that's done. I have closed it. I will not prefer it like this way. You know it why? Because I think I have some error over here. Yeah. You may find at many places it's done like this, but it's not a better way. So what will I do? I will remove it. We will go by our own way. What is the preferred method? Now after reading from the file, as soon as we have finished reading from the file, the first step is I am going to close the stream. I have finished reading from the file. Now I want to display on the console. So I will display the data on the console. So for displaying the data on the console, let me system.out.println the elements of array are, or the data from file is whatever you want to write. So for int j is equals to 0 and j is less than array dot length and j plus plus. So what will I do? I will print j system.out.println and I'll just print array j. I'll just print array j. That's it. So I'm done with printing. I need to close the stream before I print it. So let me just check it whether I can print it or not. Okay, many errors. Int I is equals to 0. Okay, where identifier is expected. sc dot close, because I close the try block, I close it over here, that's why. Alright, let me just try to compile it once more. Yeah. Okay. It's not input, it's sc. Okay. So let's just check it whether we can read from the file or not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can read from the file. Alright. So let me just explain you once again. I created the scanner object, initialized it, then I created an array, and this one is for the loop. You can make it 2 lines. You can just read it into the array and then increment the array or increment the variable I, or you can do it in the 1 line. Then after reading it, I stored it in the array, then I printed that array on the console. Now what we want to do, we want to write whatever we have read it into the another file. So I will write it in another file. I have stored it in the array. So we need to create an object for the print writer class. Print writer pw is equals to null. Same thing I will do. Now I'm going to create 2 separate try and catch blocks. Alright, so now I will create a try block, and here I am going to initialize pw is equals to new print writer and new file output stream, and let's check what's the name of the file. P should be smaller here, file output stream, and let's check what's the name of the file. It's array cont. So array cont.txt. Alright, now I will have the catch block also. So let me just copy this catch block. Okay, cannot read from the file, so that I know where is the error. Cannot read from the file and cannot write into the file. Cannot write into the file, so that I know which catch block is giving me an error. Now after this, what I need to do is I need to use the same array. I will copy this code and here I will use it. Now instead of system.out.println, I have pw a stream object dot println. And what I am going to write is array j, and here I am going to close the string pw.close. So if you want, you can system.out.println, okay, writing done into the file, so that it should tell you, or you know, that you have completed writing into the file. Alright, let's just try to do it. Okay, so writing done into the file. Let me just check, do I have a file? Desktop, and it was 231 week 12 lab exercise array count. I have all the numbers, right? So I have written the numbers into the file. Alright, going to the next question number 7. Question number 7 says, write a Java file to read the numbers written into the text file in question 3 into an array. Display the array contents on the console and rewrite the contents into another file. Now you need to use buffered reader to read it. Rest all the program is the same. So in the what is the difference between question 6 and 7? They are the same, but here in question 6 you use the scanner class to read it, and in question 7 you are going to use the buffered reader class to read it. That's the only difference. So let's do it. So only the reading will have a difference. Question 7, I'll copy the code because the difference is only for the buffered reader. With the buffered reader, I need to have import Java. I don't need to have a scanner class. I will remove it. So I need to have java.io.bufferedReader. Buffered reader, and I need to have input output exception. Import java.io.io exception. Alright, so what's the difference here? In the reading, we need to create an object of the buffered. We need to create an object of the buffered class. So what I am going to do here is buffered reader buff is equals to null, and with the buffered reader is equals to new buffered reader, and I need to have file reader. Buffered reader is used with the file reader. So I need to have the file reader also. Import java.io.filereader. Both the programs are the same. They will do the same thing. Only the difference is we are using the different type of class. That's it. Alright, and even the method also. Okay, so here what I should have over here, I must have over here one more catch block, which is IO exception. Okay, and e.get message, I can write it. e.get message, I can write it over here. Alright, what else will be the difference over here? Then it has the read line method over here, so I will have the difference over here also. I need to Okay, since buffered reader works differently as compared to the print writer class, it does not have methods, it reads the characters, so I need to put everything over here. Alright, so I will create an array just like before, is equals to new int and declare the size as 10. Alright, I am reading the numbers, right? Let me just check. Yeah, the same. Okay, so alright, because there is no read int method, the buffered reader class, so I have to use the parseInt or parseTable methods. Int I is equals to 0, and while okay, I need to create a line also to read it into the line. String line is equals to okay, I have buff dot read line. Now I will use the while line is not equal to null. So what I will do, array I plus plus, you can do it in different lines also, is equals to integer dot, because it does not have any method to read a character, that's why sorry, to read an integer, it read lines, that's why we are converting it into the integer. So line is equals to buff dot read line. So with each it will read a line, and then after the while I will close the string in the try block, buff dot close. Alright, I'll close the string, buff dot close. Rest all will remain the same. So here we have read it into the array, and we are displaying it on the console. So here we are displaying it on the console, display on the console. Alright, and write it in another file. Alright, let me check, is it the same file? Yes, it's the same file. Let me just make it cont1 so as to make a difference, because we don't know whether it's the same file or not. It will write into the file. Okay. Alright, I think the name of the program is causing an error. It should be Q7. Array. Okay. I can declare it outside in the main, or otherwise I will have to, or I just make a single try block and put it over there. No, I just declare it over here. So writing is done. Let's check. Array cont1. So it's done. Let's go to the next program, which is question number 8. Write the program for using buffered reader. So program 4 was you need to read the file created in question 1 and display the contents on the console, display the using the it was scanner method, and now using the buffered reader method. Alright, so let's do it. So that was question 4. I will copy the code of the question 4. Control A, Control C. I'll make another question. Okay, question 8. This is question 8. Alright, question 8. I don't need a scanner now, and I'll copy from here. I need buffered reader, file reader. I need buffered reader, file reader, and what I need is IO exception. So I don't need file input stream anyways. Alright, so I will remove all this from here, because in the buffered reader we need to have everything in the try block, and I need to have the IO exception. I will copy this cache block here. Okay, now here I don't need scanner, so I'll make a object of the buffered reader. Buffered reader, you can make any object, any name you can give it. So it's file.text, right? I need to read it from there. Okay, so is equals to new buffered reader. Our first file has only 3 lines of text, right? New file reader. Alright, now it has 3 lines of text. So what will I do? I'll create as usual a string variable line is equals to input, not input, buff dot read line. Now I will use the line not null method while line is not equal to null. So what will I do? I will read it, system.out.println, and I will print the line, and I will read it again. Line is equals to buff dot, I'll print it and read it again. Then after this I'll close the input stream, buff dot close. After the while block I need to close it, but inside the try block, right? So that's it. Let's just try to read it. Alright, so done. Next is write program to write a binary file having numbers from 1 to 50. So we need to create binary files, write into the binary file and read from the binary file in question number 9 and 10. So question 9. Okay, so I will start with first of all importing the file. Import java.io. For the binary we have object output string, and with object I need file output stream. Import java.io.file output stream. I can catch IO exception or end of file exception. IO exception is enough because that's the superclass. Import java.io.io exception. If I catch one type of exception, it's more than enough. IO exception. Public class question 9. So we are writing. Now in this case, let's just read the question once again. To write a binary file having numbers from 1 to 50, it does not say the name of the file. Here I am going to specify the name of the file. Alright. Okay. So public static void main string args. Alright. So since I want to enter take the file name from the user, I need a scanner class also. Import java.util.star, because I am not going to specify the file name here, rather I am going to take the file name from the user. Scanner kb is equals to new scanner system.in. So I will write system.out.println, enter the file name. I will take it from the user. I'm not going to specify myself. Alright, so I'll save it in a string. String file name is equals to kb dot next line, since it's a string. Alright, now I'm going to have a try block to create an object. I can create an object. Okay, I will create an object. Object output stream output is equals to null. Output is equals to new object output stream, and it will be used with the file output stream. New file output stream, and here I'm going to pass whatever I wrote the name of the file here. So this is how I'm going to take from the user the name of the file. Now I want to write the numbers for int I is equals to 1, I is less than equal to 50, and I plus plus. Alright, so I will just write output dot write int method. Output dot write int, and I will just write I. Alright, now after this I will close the stream first of all, and then write the catch block. Alright, after the for block I will close the stream. Output dot close, and after the try block I will write the catch block. Let me just copy one of the catch block. I can have IO exception. Just IO exception is enough, it will work. Okay, so first of all I will mention the name of the file. Let me mention the name of the file, bin file. Okay, I did not give any message that writing done or not done, so let's just check it. Bin file has been created. Okay, I will open it with the notepad. I can't read it. Right, so now we will read it in another program, which is our program number 10. Read the Java program file created in question number 9. So I'll create a program now. Question 10. I'll just copy. Instead of object output I need object input. File output I need file input. Alright, so let's just check it, because I need the name of the file also. So here I will just make object input stream. Input stream, I just write over here input and object input stream, and it will be used with the file input. Same thing, I will file input. Alright, now what I need to have is, I need to have another try block because I'm going to read the file now. So I will just remove all this. I will remove all this. Inside the try block, I will have another try block. And here I am going to read the file while true. That means while we have not reached end of the file, what should I do? System.out.println. I am going to print it on the console. The object of the stream class dot read int method. So while end of file has not been reached, I am going to read it. And now with this try block, I must have a catch block also, and that catch block should be end of file exception. I need to have catch end of file exception. This is for the inner try block. System.out.println. So e.get. This is for the inner try block. So when we are reading a file, binary file, it throws end of file exception. Alright, so after this inner catch block, I am going to close the stream over here. Input.close. I'll close the stream here. Then I am going to erase the IO exception if the file is not found. So I need to have over here end of file exception also. EOF exception. Alright, let's just check it, and let me check it. What was the bin file? The name of the file was bin file, which I created in the previous question. Okay, it should be 10. Alright, so the name of the file which I created was bin file. Alright, so why it is giving me null? Let me just check it. Okay, let's just try it one more time. Still it gives me null. Okay, if I remove this message from here, because it's giving me message from this over here, I can leave it blank also. Alright, so done. Okay, I can do it like this also. Now the last program. Write a Java program that creates a new text file named, now 11th and 12th I am going to combine it. I am going to ask the user to input the file name. So I will check whether your program should check if the file already exists or not. If the file does not exist, create a new file and enter your personal details. But if the file exists, the program should give the message file exists and it should terminate. But here I am going to take the input from the user as the file name. So I am going to combine both these programs into one. So let's just start with it. Question 11th and 12th I am going to combine it. Okay, so I need to read also. I'm going to use the scanner class, and if the file does not exist, I need to create the file and I need to write also. So I need to read, I need to write. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make use of the scanner class for reading the file and checking whether the file exists or not. And then for writing into the file, I will use a print writer class. Alright. So let's just check it. Okay, so what I need scanner. Let me just go to here. I need scanner. I need file not found exception. I'm going to use scanner, and I'm going to use file output stream also. So I'm going to use scanner and file output stream because I need to write also. One thing more, where we did reading and writing into the file. Did I close the file after writing it? Yes, over here. Yeah, I closed it. This is very important point. After reading and writing in each of the program, you need to close the file. Alright, so I'm going to use scanner, file input, file not found, print writer, and output stream. Alright, so public class question 11 and main method public static void main string args. Alright, so first of all I'm going to and what are other exception? Okay, I'm also going to raise IO exception also. I must import IO exception. Okay, so here first of all I am going to create an object of the scanner class to read I need scanner in two different ways over here. First scanner I need to read the file name, to take the input file name. Second scanner I need to read the data from the file if the file already exists, right? So the question says, let's read it again. Your program should check if the file already exists or not. If the file does not exist, you will create a new file and you will enter your personal details. And but if the file exists, program will give a message that file exists and it should terminate. Alright, so scanner kb is equals to new scanner system.in. So I will enter the file name system.out.println, enter the file name, print. Alright, so I'll enter the file name over here. kb is equals to file name is equals to kb dot next line. Alright, after taking the file, I'll create a try block to check whether the file exists or not, because I need to check whether the file exists or not. So scanner input is equals to, I will check whether the file exists or not, is equals to new file input stream, and I will check whatever the user has specified the file name, whether this file exists or not. So after this I will just read the file, and what I will do, input dot close, I will just close the stream, and if the file exists, I'll give in message to the user, println file exists, and the program will stop now. The program will terminate now. Right? I need not to show anything. If you want to show the data, then you can use the statements. Alright, that means the file exists over here. So system dot exit, and I will exit out of it. right? And then I have to use the catch block with this also. I can use file not found exception. File not found exception E. File cannot be found. So this catch block will be raised over here. Now after doing this, alright, now if the file does not exist, we need to write into the file. So I'll create another try block. I'll create an object of the print writer. Print writer, I can create it over there. Print writer output is equals to null. So whatever the object you want to give is equals to new print writer new. I will use it with file output stream. File output stream, and here I will specify the name of the file name. So that means now the file will be created with this name. Alright, I can print it over here, output, or if you want to print it after the try block. Okay, what will I do? I'll create a catch block over here. I'll create a catch block over here. Catch IO exception. And I'll print. There was a problem with the file. Alright, that's it. So what will I do? After coming out of the catch block, I will write into the file output dot println. My name is Richie, and I write another line also. Okay, I write my ID. My ID is 345678. I'll close this output stream. Output dot close, and then I will give a message over here. System.out.println file created successfully. Alright, let me show you my folder where I have created this file. I have created it over here, question 11, right? So I'm going to create some other file name. Let's first of all compile it. System.out.println. Alright, let's just run it. Let me just give a name of the file as ABC because I don't have that file. So it does not exist, right? Let me just give a name as file. The name, it already exists. I have a file. So now what it should do, it should just give me the message file exists and the program should terminate now. That's it. file cannot be found, so there is some error in our program. Let's just check it. Let's check it out. Okay, let's just try to run it again. First of all, let me just create a file, then we will check it. So maybe the problem is because we have used the .txt extension with the files, and here we are not specifying the extension. So let me just try to create ABC. So this file name does not exist. So because the file name does not exist, now what happens, it takes the file name, goes to the try block and checks whether the file name exists or not. The file name does not exist, so the catch block is executed, file not found exception, file cannot be found. And then what it does is it will go to the print writer here in the try block, and then it will create that file, enter the data into the file, and then give us the message file created successfully, right? Now let's check, do I have the file name ABC? I should have the file name ABC over here. Yes, it's here, ABC. Alright, because if you see the rest, others are text documents. It's just a file. We have not specified the extension. That's why it could not recognize our first command. So it has saved it, right? The data has been written. Now the next time when I try to open the same file, I try to open the same file. Now it should give me the message that the file already exists and the program will terminate now, because now the file has already been created. So file exists and the program will terminate now. So this is how you can write this program. Take the name of the file and check whether even you can use create file method or file exist not exist methods, you can use it. But this is the more simpler way to do this program. So that's all for this lecture, and we have finished with all the questions, and thank you so much.